Hey, what up? I'm McKinley Freeman, and you're watching MadameNoire. So I got bored. I was in Atlanta, and I ended up doing some modeling for Elite down there. My agent at the time was like, "Yo, like all my children's in town looking for a guy. You should go." And I'm like, "What am I gonna do? I'm gonna go and then move to California and be an actor? Like that sounds terrible. Like I don't want to do that." But he convinced me, and I went, and I ended up getting involved with this. And I was flying back and forth to New York, and finally at one point I was like, I'd rather try and fail than not try and wonder. So that's kind of what happened. Yeah, the show's amazing. I mean, the cast is fantastic. The show creator, as a family, as a unit, it's fantastic. It's a great show. It's fun to go to work every day. But as far as how my life's changed, I think me personally, like I'm super simple. Like I'm from Champaign, Illinois. It doesn't take much for me to be happy. I wake up in the morning, the water's on, the power's on, I got food, my gym membership still works. Like it doesn't take a lot. But it's cool to like interact with people, and like I was at the gym the other day and I got pulled aside for about 10 minutes and this girl was telling me like her very specific ideas for show, like story ideas for the show, which is fun. I enjoy that type of stuff, but it's cool. I love it. It has absolutely nothing to do with us. I think it's more at a Viacom VH1 level, but when it does come back, it'll definitely be worth the wait for sure. As far as my character is concerned, I think as we've seen from season one, as the episodes in the season progress, there's a evolution in the maturity of Derek Roman, and I feel like at some level we may or may not see that. I think so. I think we're all like Derek in real life at some level. There's desire to go after what you want, no matter what people tell you, and that's the part of Derek Roman that makes him in the previous seasons go after ASHA no matter what. You know what I mean? It's the same thing. So for me, the idea of what part of Derek Roman is part of McKinley, it's more about what part of Derek Roman exists in all of us. And I think that's the part that makes the character so interesting. You know what I mean? Because we see ourselves in characters, you know what I mean? And I think that's the credit to the writers and James LaRosa for kind of creating these very in-depth characters. I think so. I mean, it's just like anything else. Like you see couples on the street, you'd be like, how did that opposites like this? You know what I mean? Like they don't necessarily have papers. Exactly. So I think, you know, yeah, why not? You know, I feel like I definitely have a responsibility, and I've always felt that. But I think just more so now, I think the responsibility now is kind of going back to what I said before, is about educating young black men and black women about don't allow the circumstances to be your destination, if that makes any sense. Like don't get so caught up in the present that you forget about the future. Like like the Bible says our light affliction is but only for a moment. So these present situations are temporary. Though they might feel heavy, they're temporary. So our responsibility is to stay focused, take the hits when they come, and keep it moving. You know what I mean? I think, but I definitely feel, and I have two nephews, and they're back home, and when I go home, they look at me, and I can see in their eyes that they believe that the world, anything is possible. And I feel like my responsibility is to cultivate that and allow that to live for as long as possible. And I feel like if I've done that, then I've done my job.